Welcome everyone to the Lotus Sanctum. My name is Chris, and so today I'm going to tap into spirit and see what message that she would like to pass on to you guys. This is a collective message, a timeless message as well. So when you do listen to this, of course, it is something that is for you to be heard in this moment that it's available and could be supportive for you along your journey. And so let's get started. Thank you, Goddess. So, what I am asked to lean into is this little concept of starting something new, starting something that you have been contemplating on, and wondering how to make it happen. How will it play out? You're working through all the stories that are coming up, all the questions. Um, what are the inner makings of it? How is that gonna look? How is it gonna feel? Are your clients, how are you gonna receive clients, and are your clients or are other people gonna um, want to um, have this service, and or how is your family going to react to this? How are your friends going to react to this? Now, what if you do something, right? You're doing something because it truly brings you joy. And it's not a superficial joy of what may seem like fun, but it's an extended expression of yourself, of what's possible, of what you're curious about, of what you can learn from it. And sometimes whatever you may create may not last for long, and it may not be something that is intended to last for so long, but it's something there and available for you to play with. And so that's what's coming up is is a curiosity to play. And in that curiosity, what happens? In the idea of, you know what, in this idea of expanding yourself to learn something and to see what the outcome may be, you have an idea of where you want the outcome to go, where you want this journey to take you, the inspiration of it, the movement, the the flow of it, and at the same time, it's seeing that, you know what, it's going to be work, and it might take time, it might happen instantly, whatever the case may be. It's just, this is the experience of it all. And so, how do you move through that? How do you play in those spaces? And how do you listen to the way your body and your mind is going to um, make it happen? How are you going to listen to that aspect of you that allows for this magic to unfold? How are you going to witness? What is it going to take for you to be able to witness the unfolding happening? With that, being the individual that also takes the actions, works through the shadows, lives through the darkness, and moves along, gets inspired and gets moved, gets triggered and also is in the space of healing, right? Of creating, of healing, and it's a full spectrum that you are moving through. You're moving through the full spectrum of your being and not just looking at one component of it, but all aspects of it, experiencing the one receiving, the one giving, and the one witnessing. It's a bit challenging, I know. To some, this concept may not make too much sense. I'm going to try my best to break it down a little bit more. Um, so it's this aspect of you which is grounded, and where we sometimes ask and want someone to hold space for us. Where in your life, in the trajectory that you're going, or in the creation that you're wanting to lean into, where in that space have you been genuinely listening, hearing, and staying grounded in the way, in the direction, in your knowingness of who you are, and your expression, your authenticity, and in this kind of, it's it's the lack of words that I have, but it's this kind of sense of um, no fucks given, and it's I'm doing what I want to do. That sense of stubbornness in a way, but it's like a stubbornness to listen to your magic, to your own words. And so, what will it take for you to listen to yourself, for you to hear it, um, for you to be that grounding force that holds capacity and space for all these aspects, even the one that's going nuts and is shit scared of what the outcome may be and how you will be received, and the tough conversations and the discomforts and the learnings and the falls and the wounding. Like, that grounded person is needed. That grounded person exists within you. It is not something sourced from external to you, but it is within you. And you can get inspiration on how to be that grounded individual through and with the external environment, whether it be trees, whether it be other human beings, whether it be other animals. Whatever is going to teach you, learn from it, right? That's how we creatures, humans, have survived as long as we have, is through the learning of our environment, and also tapping into our own internal reservoir of knowledge and wisdom. Um, it's this universal, um, it's this universal message that exists, this universal information that we have always, that we have access to. And so it's from this grounded place that you get to create the greatest and most fluid flow. And the most fluid flow is comes from a place of surrender, from a place of receiving, of, and this means receiving pain and discomfort as much as you receive joy and pleasure. Um, it's this human experience, and it's from that where it becomes a little bit easier to be able to give, to put out, to create that charge that will give you what is needed for you to experience the outcome. And it's a way of you acknowledging the internal workings and the external workings and bridging the gap. And you're noticing the fluid flow of, there's days where you are doing more internal work, there's days where you're in this more active doing, producing, productive type of state. And depending on the type of hormones that you have running through you, your body and the way it works, the way your mind also works and functions, it's gonna vary. And so it's up to you to map that out for yourself. A great tip is um, under following the moon, right? Following these 4 cycles of 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 the moon, and the same applies for if you are someone that bleeds every month. For you to mm, yes, keep track of the moon itself, and also keep track of your internal body system and where you are in your moon cycle. And eventually you'll understand the way you work in rhythm and how your body responds. And this also allows you to track the type of nutrients that you are craving and lacking and what your body wants to put in to support you, right? Um, so following these systems, following nature itself, does give you the capacity to move through and get to the experience that you have been craving for, that you've been wanting or thinking and contemplating on. And so once you've done the contemplation, you decide to step in and you're like, okay, I'm doing this. And then you start freaking out. Some do, some just get to working because they're so focused, but um, there's no emotional charge to it, which kind of just um, it's like you're throwing all the tools that you got at it, right? But you're throwing tools at something that's not gonna land. So it's you're throwing it in midair and really, oh, okay, let's see where it goes. But it's not going anywhere. It's not hitting anything. It's just there's just mm, there's no there's nothing and no one there to receive it. For you to get to a place where you have someone to receive it, you got to be in a place where you give and also where you receive, um, and work through that space, which then also gives you the capacity and the courage to have those conversations even. Um, it's the internal workings is what I'm referring to. The internal workings does genuinely affect the way the external moves. Be in service. So with this card, it's from the solid place of one being grounded, of finding the bones in which you were created, of rooting down with those bones. Because also you're not creating from nothing. You already have skills. You've already lived life, had experience of life thus far, and it's given you this. It's brought you to this space. And so take the lessons you've learned and see how you can apply it here. You're building on top of what you have already built. And when you look at those places on the things that you've built, and you refer back to it, you begin to see where you could have done things differently, and also how you possibly can listen better, what are the skills that you can adopt that are going to support you along this journey. And the thing is, you'll notice that the more you begin to do that, the foundation that you had built your life on so far it naturally begins to fix and readjust on its own. But that comes from a place of you being grounded and rooting and acknowledging the bones that you have and the bones that you have built and the bones that you are building on, because it isn't just you, it is also you're building on your ancestors, you're building on oh no, you're building on your ancestors, you're building on your lineage, you're building on your community and society that already has systems in place. These are things that you can learn from, these are places that you can go to, there's resources available. There's physical resources, there's mental and emotional resources, there's psychic resources. Use them. They're there for a reason. Use them. And half the systems that have been created, we have deemed them as being poor. Not all aspects of all systems are done poorly. They could be improved. They do need to be improved. Um, and at the same time, that's where your creativity comes into place, where you as an individual will naturally combine multiple aspects of different modalities and practices into your life so it supports you. It's not that someone's gonna give you this one um, this your own like booklet of how to do things. No, it's you are the bridge that uh, tells your external environment, this is what I need. How can you support me here? Where do I get that support? Who can I speak with? Where can I channel in all of this information? Right? Be gentle with yourself. And it's from this place of compassion that you begin to see that, oh, certain aspects of certain systems, they don't work for me. They're not nourishing to me. Um, and the thing is, letting go of the many things that you've tried to fix you and to really lean into your body, listen to what it wants and what it has the capacity to move through. And so sometimes what your body has the capacity to do is be in a stressful place. It's not practical, it's not sustainable, but it's using the environment that you are in as a place for you to shift the way you move in it, the way you show up in it, the way you speak in it, the way you express yourself in it. And you're learning to shift the way your mind works in this current environment. And you begin to see the contrast of how your life has gotten to where it is and how you are putting in the work and the effort to shift it, and also acknowledging that you are shifting it, that you're actually listening to yourself, something that you may have wanted others to do for you, to be there for you. So, what is it going to take for you to listen, for you to move? Life is ready to take off for you. And so, how are you going to show up for you to have life bloom and literally blossom? Break through all of the all of the cement that you poured on the beautiful grass. Like you have beautiful weeds and flowers and blossoms just soaring through them, right? Trees even. To to reconstruct what has been built, to reconstruct the way you operate, for you to get to a place to do that type of heavy work, it is required of you to listen to your bones, to the way you move, to the way you want to move, to genuinely listen. When you listen enough, eventually your body's like, okay, now I'm ready to move. I'm gonna try something. And when you do hit, so when you do try something new and you hit a bit of a wall, you'll notice you'll actually be moving through it, even though you've hit a wall. You'll notice that you potentially may be complaining and getting emotional, and at the same time, it's like, you're like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep moving. I'm gonna keep speaking. Um, I want to learn this little component of it, this little aspect of it, and you'll just notice that all of a sudden, it's just a snowball effect, and all of a sudden you're just living life for what it is. There's nothing there for you to destroy, but it's that everything is just falling apart. Everything that no longer serves, that no longer is needed, literally falls apart. Oh, that's what that was. Okay, yeah. And it just happens. Life just falls apart. And this place of falling apart is your external environment, your internal nature telling you change is coming, change is here. And so, how do you build a system that is going to sustain you, that also prepares you for potential dips and allows you to also know that even when you are, when it looks like you are going downhill, when it looks like you are hitting a wall, that's not necessarily the case, that you get to still show up, be present, be in alignment with yourself, with your full beingness, that you get to move forward, and that you are okay, and that you are supported, you are taken care of, you are nurtured, you are fulfilled, you are satisfied, you are satiated, and it's all because of the way you feel inside and the way you express yourself, the way you get to show up in life. It feels pretty magical being in such a space. Allow yourself to continue and grow. Allow yourself to lean into your bones, to create the magic that wants to come through, to to sing and to share it with people that enjoy hearing it, that are there, that are supportive, and it helps you to keep on moving forward. And the thing is, it may not be that you touch base with these people every single day, but it's enough for you to be like, okay, I got the fuel I needed, I learned what I needed to, I got someone that I can touch base with, and now I get to readjust if need be, or it's a confirmation of continue moving forward. Whatever the case is, like, move through it, move with it, and know that you are always in constant communication with your external environment. You're not doing this alone. You're not creating your dream, your vision, your health alone. It is done with people and nature to support support you. And it's not just in this physical earthly realm, but it's also the ancestral realm, um, the astral realm that also supports you along your journey and path. Okay, so they want me to pull out another deck. I mean, another card, sorry. I feel like what this next little card is going to explain is the curiosity and creation, the space in which where you are given time to practice creating and learning the ins and outs of your full expression, listening to the way you are expressing and the way you want to, and how to move through that. Oh wow, that was beautiful. Okay. Um, higher ground. It's this, so our inspirations are what motivates us to create certain things. And when you realize, when you begin to create, when you begin to physically do the action to make something happen, you notice how it's just not accurate. It's there, it seems, it feels like there's a misalignment in the expression, that there's these emotional charges, these insecurities, these stories that come up. And the thing is, it's the inspiration that has the higher ground. It's the inspiration that sees the bigger picture of how to get to where you are to go. It's that bigger picture, the embodiment of that bigger picture, the full bodied experience of it is what shows you the actions to be taken. Eventually, the mental, egoistic mind, the mind that operates off of fear, she begins to shift. She begins to um, she begins to ease into the nervous system to find what works best to create the experience that is intended and needing to be created. And eventually you'll see that the vision that you have, the full experience that you have, your mind begins to get on board with it and begins to know that, oh, this is okay, it is safe. It's no longer an idea, it becomes ideal, a lived experience. Keep your dreams alive. Right? It's the guidance of your dream, of this vision, of this experiencing of it. A practice daily to experience the pleasures in your body. A reminder of experiencing pleasure throughout your day. It allows you to open up to assimilate this vision you have and to actually um, fine tune your nervous system to have the capacity to receive it, to experience it. Once that is experienced, your external begins to shift because it sees, oh, look, it's okay to have this. It's a building process. You're building off of what you know. And so acknowledge what you know and make peace with where you are, because you will begin to lean into the life and the vision that you have for you to express it and to be the full expression and authentic version of yourself. Okay, I'm going to be leaving the message here, and I wish you guys all the best, and I'll speak to you soon.